Now, as I'm sure you know, cooperatives and mutuals have an extraordinary effect on the Australian economy. 4 out of 5 Australians are members. Greg Wall was telling me before that the international peak body for cooperatives is the oldest international body, founded in 1875. You have banks heavily represented, your banks not going through the same controversial patch as the rest of the banking sector, showing strong degrees of member satisfaction. Former Treasurer Wayne Swan once described building societies and credit unions as possibly the 5th pillar of Australian banking. You've got agriculture with a strong history there, and cooperative bulk handling, showing cooperatives how to achieve scale, member satisfaction and a global outlook. Speaking of a global outlook, I want to acknowledge the delegation from the All China Federation of Supply and Marketing Cooperatives, and particularly to acknowledge Wang Han Min for your role in building the international links of cooperatives. It would be remiss of me as a Canberran not to recognise the cooperative model in my own electorate, the National Health Co-op, founded in order to provide healthcare services to some of the most disadvantaged people in Canberra, and now spreading right across Australia with a plan to open 200 clinics in every state and territory. Capricorn Society at my table, 18,000 independent mechanics. We're working with you to make sure that you have the data sharing to make sure that independent mechanics can not only survive but thrive. As well as being the first Shadow Minister for charities and not-for-profits, I've been doing forums around Australia on building social capital and community, and I'm very much aware of the role that cooperatives play, not just economically, but also socially, making sure we're a stronger and more cohesive society. Now, a year ago tomorrow, I spoke to your Canberra conference in Parliament House, Old Parliament House. Under the banner of inclusive ownership, inclusive growth, I announced that the Labor Party would commit to ensuring fairer access to capital. It was a policy we had taken through our internal party processes. I was enormously pleased to announce it. Just as I'm sure that the Treasurer was enormously proud yesterday to announce that the government would be following Labor's lead a year on. He didn't exactly put it like that, but I'm sure that's what he meant to say. But as the New South Wales co-ops have acknowledged today, there's more to do. We're keen to make sure in particular that your sector has equal access to government grants. The clearest example being the Indigenous Advancement Strategy, which doesn't allow non-corporations to get grants above a certain threshold. We want to work with you to make sure we're able to get that done. So let me finish where I started with a shameless reach out to your incoming chair. Terry, like you, my side of politics, loves team sports. Labor recognises the value of cooperatives and mutuals, and we always will. Like your Findon Camels, we're willing to go thirsty for a good cause, to travel the hard policy road and make sure that we come to the next election being ready, if the honour is bestowed upon us, to govern in Australia. And like you, we're Midnight Oil fans. Such fans, in fact, that we took their lead singer and made him a cabinet minister for a little while. And so, as that very band said, the great Southland can be as great as the one it could have been. We've got the best of both worlds. Thank you very much.